vs. Predator is not canon to the Alien universe. I'm gonna repeat that one more time for the people in the back who did not hear me. Alien vs. Predator is not canon to the Alien universe. Ever since Alien Romulus came out, everybody wants to put out the chronological order of how to watch the Alien movies. And the first thing I hear people say is Alien vs. Predator, and I'm like, no, that is false. But one weird thing about this movie is that Alien vs. Predator is canon to the Predator franchise, but not the Alien franchise. And the reason why the Xenomorph showed up in the Predator franchise is because the studio had rights to Aliens, so they could just do whatever they want. The sole purpose for the first Alien vs. Predator movie is to show an origin story of Predator and not the Xenomorph. Prometheus, which is the first installment of the Alien movie franchise, is the...
Okay, what I just watched right now, I get what he's saying and everything, but I don't know, he's not proving a point on this right now. The only reason they had the rights for the movie doing this crossover, because it's already been the rights all this time, you know. We had a Dark Horse comic of Aliens vs. Predator that came out in 1990 after the success of 1986 James Cameron's Aliens. We got Dark Horse comics for those, and even Dark Horse for Predator when Predator 2 came out. Even in that one scene in Predator 2 where we got to see the Xenomorph skull in the Predator ship, that means it would have been like a little canon crossover to the movies or something, like just like appearance saying they ready for an AVP movie at the time. Then in 2004, Paul W. Anderson gave us Alien vs. Predator in 2004, even though the story wasn't great. Even he explained during the behind the scene what the movie was going to take place in.
Well, the idea is that this movie is it's a sequel to the Predator films, but a prequel to the Alien movies. Because obviously the Alien movies haven't started yet. I mean, Sigourney Weaver, you know, we're set present day Earth. So it's like 15 years after Arnie was hunted by the first Predator in the first movie. It's 150 years before Sigourney Weaver goes out into space. So we're right between the two franchises, as it were. We are linked to the Alien franchise, though, because there's one of the key characters in this movie is a character called Charles Wayland, who is an industrialist. He's a billionaire. And eventually his company, after his death, is taken over by the Yutani Corporation, and that becomes Wayland Yutani, which is the corporation which you see in all of the Alien films.
So yeah, so this was actually going to be being a sequel after the first two Predator movies at the time, and this was going to set as a prequel to the Alien franchise. This movie was taking place in the present time, but not in the future, where it wasn't just about the aliens and predators fighting, wasn't about their origins, but usually it was mostly origins of the Wayland Yutani, how they advanced their technology. Also, a Mrs. Yutani in Aliens vs. Predator Requiem was going to be shown. This is before Prometheus and Alien Covenant came out in Romulus at the time. And then there were many endings to the move for the second movie at the time they were going to do to lead up to these films right there, but all of them got screen drive after the box off, after like the reviews in Requiem, everything started falling apart, you know. And even though if I ever want to rewatch the Alien franchises and everything and stuff, I would still watch Alien vs. Predator, you know. Even though if they're ever going to plan to do another Alien vs. Predator movie in the future, maybe do it like in like the comic books or games, like set it on Earth. No, don't set it on Earth, set it on a different planet, set it in the future, because all the Alien movies were set in the future but not in the past. But if you're going to set the movie with you have to bring the Predators into the future of the film to get it right, you know. But call it what you want, saying it's not canon, but I still consider just counting it as the Alien franchise film. That I include Alien vs. Predator as the Alien franchises, because I'm a big Alien vs. Predator guy. Like I love the Alien Predator franchises. It is what it is.